All right. Welcome in again to our triple header day. This is our second spotlight game of the week. This is the Atlanta Falcons coming in. Atlanta coming to take on the Dallas Cowboys, who have been very, very good this season, although putting up a real stinker against Denver last week. So let's see how they recover from that. Meanwhile, Atlanta has been they started out really slowly, but they started to build some momentum here in this season as they are now 4-4 and building some success, coming off of a big come from behind victory due to that man engineering a late comeback drive. So this should be an exciting matchup here between Atlanta. Atlanta's going to have the ball first. Matt Ryan under center, single back. Fakes a little play action there, kind of looking to the sideline, and now downfield, and he's going to air it out on the first play. That's Ridley, who did not catch it in bounds. Looks like his feet came down out of bounds, unfortunately for the Falcons, not able to convert there. Matt Ryan back to pass again. And he's going to be tackled. That's Pitts, the young, sensational rookie tight end, who is an excellent player already an X factor here in Madden, and then followed shortly thereafter by a rush to pick up the first down. Good first set of plays there from the Falcons as Keanu Neal makes the tackle. And again, I will be solo on this sim here for you today. Phil is otherwise busy with stuff going on, so I volunteered to do the play-by-play. So this will be all me. That does mean that because of the separation from where the game is actually running, I will not be able to skip through any of the highlights or halftime or any of the things that might otherwise get skipped through. So we'll have to bear with me through some of that stuff, but I will do my best to call the games. I know I'm not up to Phil's standard, but I will certainly try my best to provide adequate play-by-play for the experience. All right, Matt Ryan back to pass on a 3rd and 3, critical down, and his receiver had the ball in his hands, but drops it. Not what you're looking for there. Had a position. If he catches that, that's a first down, but unfortunately does not bring up a 4th down and out the punting unit, which they punted away, and otherwise promising-looking drive is going to be stymied, and that'll bring out Dak and this potent Cowboys offense. You see them huddling up here for their first drive of the night. 13 minutes left in the first. 0-0 on the clock. Dak hands it off immediately to Elliott, and he just gets smothered in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards there as he is blown up by Jarrett, who just found his way into that backfield and was right there to tackle Elliott before he could get anywhere. Hey there, George. Welcome in, Luke. Here are your Cowboys. We're going to be simming them here for you in this one, in a big matchup between the Falcons, who have been coming on in the season at 4-4, and then obviously you know what happened to your Cowboys last weekend, so they're going to try to get some retribution and get back on the way in their ways of success here. Yeah, Phil is not here. It's just Kit solo today, just me. So I'll be doing all the calls, all the play-by-play. Phil had other obligations to see to today, so it's just me. And I'm not as good at this as Phil is, but I'll do my best. 3rd and 9, and Dak Prescott gets it close to the first down. Can't quite get there. Schultz, the tight end, is just shy. But a nice effort to try to pick up that first down, and just a little bit short. I think that's probably going to lead to their first punt. It's kind of interesting they ran that route where they did. Schultz needed to get 1 yard deeper there to really have a chance at that first down. You run those designed out routes like that really should be run at a depth to correspond with where the sticks are. so that you're guaranteeing a pickup just with a catch, the pickup of the first down, that is. So interesting that they don't do that and instead have to punt. So both teams opening drives resulting in punts. So Matt Ryan obviously looking to do something here on this his second drive. Thanks, George. I appreciate that. Matt Ryan back to pass over the middle, hits his man quickly, and he picks up a pickup of 8 there. So Sharp with the reception for 8 yards. Welcome in, Stone. Run off to the left zone. Stiff arm keeps going. Wow, nice run there. That was impressive. As Davis just goes bowling down the sideline there. Stiff arm followed by broken tackles and picks up a whole chunk of yardage after that. Very nicely done. As very powerful run. Let's watch this replay here. You're not a really great angle at it. You're not going to get the best view of it. There's a better look at it as he's just going to break this tackle here on the side, or there's the stiff arm rather, and then he's going to go up the sideline, broken tackle there. Not the best pursuit angle, and kind of behind the running back at the point of attack, so he's not able to come away with that tackle. Hand off to the right outside zone, breaks up the hole, nice bang cut. That was beautiful for a first down. Again, running hard is Davis, as he is now 4 rushes for 38 yards. Stone, so no, personally I have not. Actually, this is more of Phil's dream that I picked up on. I just knew the football side of the house, and Phil's actually better at this than I am. But I know the football because I played football for so long, and so I actually do his color commentary usually. Today I'm doing the play-by-play, but normally I do the color. And together I think we make a pretty good broadcast team. But we do our best, and we have a lot of fun doing this, so I do appreciate that. As the rookie sensation Pitts is going to catch one over the middle there, isn't able to do much with it after the catch, is tackled rather quickly. But if I ever got into the business, though, I would love to call color commentary for the NFL of some team, especially if it could be the Browns. I would be all for that, because that would be so much fun. All right, 3rd and 5 here. Nice drive they've put together here, but this is going to be an important down at the 21-yard line. They really need to get something going here. They've been a lot more successful on this drive, getting past just the first down. But they're threatening here, and this is going to be an important down here. Yes, this is the channel for, we love all NFL fan bases, but we started as a Browns fan. Wow, Pitts goes up and makes an incredible catch for a touchdown. A little busy talking about being a Browns fan, but man, was that a catch from the rookie sensation Pitts. He goes up and high points the ball, and what a beautiful throw from Matt Ryan. Let's watch this one again. Matt Ryan puts a BB downfield up where Pitts can go up and get it, and he just comes down with the ball. Brown had no chance at that. Really powerful contested catch there from Pitts. Nicely done. And yes, we started it primarily as a Browns channel. My cousin Phil and I are massive Browns fans, always have been, both having grown up in Ohio. And then he still lives in Ohio. I'm out in California now, but we are both still lifelong Browns fans and always will be. But we started this as somewhat of a COVID project, or rather he started it and I joined along the way. And we have kind of got a little niche of Madden simming and broadcast team going. It's a lot of fun. We've enjoyed doing it. But we have since diversified, which is why you don't see the Browns here, since we've started this trend of pulling out AFC and NFC Spotlight Games of the Week as voted by the fans on the channel. And if you would like to vote on what games get highlighted in our Spotlight Game of the Week, you can always join our Discord. Links to that in the description of this or any other video on our channel. As Elliott breaks a nice run there. A little zone concept out to the outside. Big hole for him to scamper up. Gets about 12. But link to that Discord. You can vote on the games of the week. You can join us for Browns game chat as we talk on chat forum during the game and talk about what's happening in the Browns games. And then And then, we've got a bunch of other stuff that we do. We got some highlight reel and other threads going on that channel. You're welcome to join us there. So that's a good question, Luke. As Zeke is not going to get a lot of yardage on that rush. Now 4 rushes for 13 yards. So I grew up as a Browns fan primarily because my first experience with football was going to a Browns game to see Ozzie Newsome, Bernie Kosar, Eric Metcalf, and those type players at that time when I was rather young, seeing them play in the old Municipal Stadium in Cleveland with my grandfather, who lived in Cleveland for pretty much his whole life. But he was a lifelong, diehard Browns fan, of course, and I was the most athletically inclined of his grandchildren, so I was taken often to go see games, both Indians games and Browns games primarily. And then I, it's hard not to be a Browns fan when you grew up watching Bernie Kosar and the crew back in the 80s when they were really, really good. Dak back to pass, surveying the field. Pressure coming in his face, but he gets it away. Down to the end zone. He's got a receiver there, but unable to come away with the ball. Nice coverage from the defense, getting in a position. And Dak kind of hung it up there a little bit, allowed the defender to get in a position to make a play. If he had timed it a little bit sooner, perhaps he had the receiver in a position to make the catch. Again, nice defense there. As Dak, unable to come away with the completion, brings up a 3rd and 10. In the shotgun, Dak surveying, pressure in his face, and the defense is going to get home there. Davison, right there to make the sack. Brings up a 4th and 20, and the front unit's going to come out. And also, Luke, you could argue, yes, the Bengals are technically in Ohio, but Cincinnati kind of straddles the border between Ohio and Kentucky. Some people call them the Kentucky Bengals in Ohio. It's not really accurate, but that city is pseudo Ohio and pseudo Kentucky. So it kind of depends on how you look at it. But I was never a Reds fan. I was never a Bengals fan. It was always the Browns, Indians, Cavs for me, and by extension later on the Columbus Crew and the Blue Jackets. So, all right. So first play for the Falcons on this drive and shut down for a loss of 2 there. TFL from. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that name. We'll just call him O. And Michael Parsons right there, too. I think the transition to edge for Michael Parsons was really a huge benefit to this defense. As a linebacker, I didn't love his play. I thought his instincts were a little bit lacking. And had a tendency to over pursuit. He had all the physical gifts, just not. I didn't see him as the best linebacker, but as an edge rusher, the dude is a beast. So really impressive. There's Pitts again. He's had. I want to say that's his 4th reception for 46 yards. So he's been involved in this offense. That's certainly a recipe for success with this Falcons team. He has been so dynamic once he's, about week 3 or 4, he started to come on. And he has been very, very good ever since. And kind of as expected, he some argued he was the best actual talent in the draft this year. Obviously you gotta rate quarterbacks over tight ends based on what they provide for your team. But in terms of overall actual talent, in an NFL perspective, there are some that are talking about he has the potential to be a gold jacket wearer one day, and that's as a prospect coming out in a draft, that's high praise. Now we'll see if he actually gets there or not. But he certainly has the tools to get it done. Matt Ryan hands the ball off. Davis is going to take the ball, and wow, what a cut to the outside there. He really got stymied kind of in the center, was delayed behind his blocker, but saw the hole open up to the left, and just a really shifty run in the middle there. Brings up a 2nd and inches. Out to the outside to Pitts, and he is going to pick up that first down. Brings up the first 10 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Ha! Yeah, that would be kind of interesting and fun, Luke, to start in the XFL for commentating. We had also talked about the possibility, since it's Madden related, and that's kind of where we already got our start, was with Madden. Was looking at maybe seeing if we couldn't get something done with FanDuel and maybe do a broadcast team for their Madden sims that they do for FanDuel. And then obviously replacing the after a while listening to the Madden commentators, you play the game enough, you've heard it all, it gets a little old. I mean, nothing against those guys, they're both excellent at what they do. It's just you're confined by the fact that it's a video game, and there's only so many takes they're going to have, and so many comments they can apply, and the algorithm gets tired after a while, and it'll start spitting out the same thing, and once you've heard it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it gets old. All right, so Dallas takes over here off on their 13, 1st and 10. Hand the ball off to Zeke. He gets up the middle, breaking tackles. Nice run from Zeke, very powerful. 6 rushes now for 28 yards for him. Dak back under center. Single back is Zeke. He gets the ball up the center. Big hole. He's going to bust for big yardage up the middle again. That was a really nice run. He hit that second level so quickly. Yeah, we really think it would be pretty cool, George. Obviously, we'd like to further expand the channels. We'd love to get over 1,000 subs. Like to continue to just build the fan base and build the subscription base and get some more attention, but we love doing what we do, and it's been a really fun side project as Zeke is going to get swallowed up in the backfield there. Very, very nice TFL from Jarrett. But yeah, it would be really neat if it ultimately results in something bigger and better that we could start doing, if that's FanDuel, if that's XFL, or maybe one day, who knows, maybe we make it to the NFL and call games there, because that would be amazing too. 2nd and 11 here for Dallas. In the gun is Dak Prescott. Hands the ball off on a little inside zone read to Zeke, but nothing happening there. Brings up in 3rd and 11. Really no yardage gain. Last snap of the first quarter, Dak Bassett pass, pressure in his face, and he's going to go down. Big sack there. Davidson again. That's his 2nd sack on the day. Oh, Luke, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. So no, I appreciate that very much. I'm humbled to have had the opportunity to serve my country, and that was something that was very important to me. So no, I appreciate that very much. Stats there, 6.8 yards per carry for Mike Davis. That's a very good average. That's certainly what you want to see. So, very good day of rushing, which is setting up this attack for the Falcons as he gets yet more yardage, right on his average, a little past actually. Now 8 rushes for 56 yards, brings up a 2nd and 2. So that rushing attack for Atlanta really churning out this offense, and then opening up opportunities for Pitts and the play action. Although jumping the route is the interception leader of the NFL as Diggs comes away with that. What a pick that was. He just jumped right in front of that route, and he gets another one tacked onto this season. He has had a monstrous season. There was a series there where he had gone on an incredible run of games with interceptions. And he's been doing some electric things in this defense. So really impressive season for him. It was interesting seeing him coming out of Hard Knocks this this year, and obviously a lot of attention spent on him, which is kind of a rarity to see guys, especially looking at the Browns' Hard Knocks season, where none of those guys mattered at all, that they spent all their time following and paying attention to, and this time with Dallas, they actually had some folks that mattered, and Diggs being certainly one of them, and very interesting to see him coming along with a really big season in that defense. Appreciate that, George. Thanks. Dak back to pass over the middle, and he's hit his man. He's now 3 for 5, 31 yards. That's really rather low at this point in the game. But yeah, it's been interesting so far. Handoff goes to Zeke. He's up the middle. He does have that first down. 11 rushes now for 46 yards. Obviously not nearly the average that is being enjoyed by Davis on the other side. And the gun is Dak. Zeke Elliott on his right hip. He's going to hand the ball off inside zone to Zeke. Big hole as he rumbles forward for about 9. He does get 9 there. Brings up 2nd and 1. That was a nice hole that the line blocked open, or blocked and opened up for Zeke, and that little inside zone rush out of the gun. Hand off to Zeke again. He had a bit of a hole and just kind of powered his way over the line as the defender managed to fill the hole, but Zeke wasn't having it, getting to that first down and done. Well, delayed handoff there. That's Pollard out to the outside. And Pollard able to get within a few, maybe 3 yards. Yeah, 3 yards of first there, so 2nd and 3 coming up. And Dallas threatening here. 11 and a half left in the second quarter from the 13-yard line. 3 more yards for a first, and Zeke's going to get that easily, maybe with a shot at the end zone, but just gets tackled before he can get there. 1st and goal now from the 2 as he is wrapped up there. And again, really nice running from Zeke, hitting those holes relatively quickly, pretty explosive off that back, and that's going to actually put him into the zone. Nice rushing in this drive. Zeke with the ball, powering his way forward, but can't quite get there. He is going to get wrapped up now at the 1. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 1. I formation for Dak under center. Dak hands the ball off to Zeke. Why not? Touchdown, Cowboys. And that was, just how they drew it up. The fullback blew that hole wide open. Love seeing that from the fullback. And Zeke followed him easily into the end zone untouched, and really nothing there that the Falcons were going to be able to do, as that I formation comes right through you, and Zeke just squeezes between 2 tacklers there. One engaged still on the block, the other one coming down but misses the tackle, and Zeke too quick. Point after touchdown attempt here. It's up and it's good. I'll make the score 7-7 with 9:56 left in the first half. Got a tie ball game, and it's been really kind of back and forth. Really good plays and good execution on offense from both teams. And it seems right now it's going to be a matter of which defense is going to come up with the bigger plays, because the offenses are both enjoying some pretty good success. With the exception, of course, of the one ugly pick. Well, it wasn't ugly. It was actually really a great play from Diggs. It just stepped in front of the pass. Gotta credit Dallas's offense for taking advantage of that turnover and punching it in for 7. First and 10 from the 17. Matt Ryan, delayed handoff there to Davis. Davis not going to hold up to his standard there, only going to get 1 yard. And Basham, Boogie Basham with the tackle there. Back to pass. Ryan to the outside. And, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he caught that inbounds. So, unfortunately, that's going to be incomplete. Feet out of bounds. Back to pass is Matt Ryan. Back to that outside again. This time he gets it to him in time. Able to turn up field is his tight end. And that is completed as Patterson is able to get up the field for the first down, and the difference in that one being the timing of the throw early enough that Patterson had an opportunity to turn up field without his momentum carrying him out of bounds, and because he was able to turn up field and no defender in a spot to make the play, he's able to pick up that first. Now that is a spot where you'd expect the defense to be a little bit more cognizant of where the line to gain is and have a zone or tackler in a position to force the tight end out of bounds before he can reach the sticks there, but not able to do so there. Matt Ryan outside. There's Pitts. He's got a pickup of about 8, I believe, or no, 7 on that one. So in the eye here, under center, is Matt Ryan, 2nd and 3, and it looks like we had some movement on the line there on the Falcons, so we're going to move backwards here. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. So certainly a mental error on the offense there. That's not what you want to be doing. The Browns have been struggling with that a lot too. Those are mental mistakes. You gotta cut those out of your ball game because they can kill you. Never want to have. There's a big sack there for Dallas. And again, I am not going to attempt to pronounce that name, but we'll just call him O with the sack. That is his 2nd. Or actually, no, that was. I think it is the 2nd, yeah. But Matt Ryan just kind of stood there, did not have a check down to get it to, and takes the stack. Brings up a 3rd and 17. And those mental errors, again, sack plus the 5 yards, those mental errors, especially pre-snap penalties, you can't have them. The play hadn't even started yet. You need to make sure that those are not the reason that you get behind the sticks, because those are things that you can control, very much in your control. So can't have those pre-snap penalties, and offside certainly one of those. And then we saw that a lot in this last game, especially on that first drive with defenders lining up in the neutral zone 3 times in a row. One of them wasn't credited against the Browns because they declined it because this play was successful anyway. But certainly can't have it. So Cowboys take over. Zeke still in the zone. Handoff goes to Zeke. He's got a hole there, but very nice tackle as the linebacker scraped down the side. That's Jones with the tackle. Only 2 yards gained by Zeke on that rush. Little power pro eye as Zeke stiff arms the guy into the ground, but not able to pick up a lot of yards afterwards. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Yes, absolutely, George. Got to clean those pre-snap penalties up. I think that was very much, actually you could tell by the way that Kevin Stefanski was talking about it, but very much a point of emphasis this week in practice. Got to clean those up. Can't be having it. That was something that was focused on, and rightfully so, as Dallas able to pick up a easy first down there as they just allowed Wilson to just kind of stand there wide open with plenty of grass in front of him to pick up a first. Yes, they really are opportunistic. You're right. There's no doubt about that, and that's what good and well coached teams do. They take advantage of any chink in the armor, any mistakes that you're going to make. Belichick is known for that, especially on the defensive side, and you make mistakes against a team like that, and they will definitely take advantage. So they're not going to beat themselves. You have to go out there and beat them, and that means mistake-free football. As Zeke takes a pass out of the backfield, little out route there for Zeke, and is able to pick up some pretty good yardage. Gain of 6 for Zeke in his first reception. Little RPO action, fake the pass, and delayed handoff there to Zeke as he is able to pick up the first down. Gave it about 6 or 7, and now on the 18-yard line as the Cowboys now are threatening. nicely blocked up the center there. Give credit to the O-line, just opening up a gap, making it look like a pass. And Zeke having quite a bit of real estate to work with to get an easy first down. All right, 3.5 minutes left here in the half. Under center is Dak. Zeke still in the zone. Zeke gets the ball, handoff. Why not? He powers his way for a gain of 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 14. And yet again, another handoff to Zeke. Breaking tackles. What a run from him. He is so dangerous. Now over 100 yards on the game already. Is Zeke over at 101 yards on his carries. And he is, when he's going, he is such a weapon. Go Buckeyes. Three receivers to the right. Dak takes the snap and hands it off to go figure Zeke, who's had last 4 or 5 touches of the ball. I think at least 5 touches of the ball. It's been the Zeke show here on this drive, and with him in the zone, it is certainly not surprising they would do that. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He is absolutely producing good yardage for this team, and why not just hand it back to him right here and punch it in? Instead, they're going to opt to pass, and they're going to throw it to Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys. Nicely done. I mean, you know, you're expecting Zeke, and sure enough, he had been very successful on that drive. I almost feel bad for Zeke because he worked. He worked for that entire drive and got all the way down to the 1, and then they throw it to Schultz. But, on the other hand, touchdowns always are a good thing in the NFL, and, you know, that's how you win. Not to state something too incredibly obvious in true John Madden style. But you always take the touchdown, always take the points. And even though the guy that got you there doesn't score the points, he certainly earned a lot of credit on that drive. Yeah, no, I agree. They really should have at least handed it off once to Zeke, see if he gets the touchdown there. Yes, they caught Atlanta by surprise on the pass, which, you know, after that many rushes from Zeke, it's, you know, yeah, I get it. But, no, I think at least give him one. He really worked for that drive and did some impressive things, so give him his due, I think. Hey, Keith, welcome in. Welcome into the Kit solo show. As Phil has other obligations, I'm having to call this one myself, but I'll do the best I can. Matt Ryan throwing out to Pitts. He's got the rookie sensation not able to break his tackle. It's a bit surprising. If he breaks that tackle, he had a long way to run. Back to pass out on the outside. It looks like he was out of bounds. Yes, he was. 3rd and 3 here. Minute 30 left. All 3 timeouts left for Atlanta. Let's see what they do here. Matt Ryan not able to throw it away. He was actually climbing the pocket but can't get away from the pressure. It looked like that they're calling that one incomplete because he did. I thought he didn't throw it away, but in fact it was not a sack. He did get the ball out of his hands. Looked like, yes, he is going forward there. But bit of an interesting development and an unfortunate drive killer there as the pressure is able to get to Matt Ryan and not able to do anything on that drive and giving the ball right back to Dallas, who clearly has momentum. A minute 15, all 3 timeouts, and from a really good field position here on their own 43. So they're going to see what they do here. If they punch this in again, look out, because I do believe it is an opportunity for a double dip. I think they get the ball in the second half to start. Yes, Keith, absolutely. This is going to be a huge opportunity in the AFC to make a statement. It counts for a lot because just like the Raider game that's coming up, this is another team that's right there in the hunt in the AFC. You win this game, you get the opportunity to strike another notch in your belt and knock them back a peg at the same time, which is so important when it comes to those tiebreakers situations. All other things being equal, you certainly want to win these ones. So it's a huge game. Really have to prove that the momentum we built into that, coming out of all the OBJ nonsense, and in that Bengals game, that wasn't just a fluke, that was not a one-time thing, that this team is going to have sustained success. And that's important as Deke tries to air it long in typical Madden 22 fashion with 2 defenders and not a great read. Hate that play. 4th and 1 and a punt. Which, with 3 timeouts for Matt Ryan, 44 seconds may be enough to get down for at least a field goal. We see, obviously depends on what they do and the play calling, but they certainly have the timeouts and they have the weapons to get this done. Maybe get Ridley involved, maybe some more Pitts, depending on how you look at it. But they've got some opportunity in the gun, no backs, spreading them out. So he's going to air it long. He's got a receiver. Can he get there? Oh, is his feet down? Yes! Wow! Patterson with the catch out on the outside. He actually not the best ball for Matt Ryan. If he throws this in stride, he had easily 2 steps on the defender. As I believe that's Diggs out on the outside, and Diggs was just straight up beat. And sure enough, it was Diggs. And if that's a better throw, that is a touchdown. And because Patterson had to wait for the ball to get there and doesn't hit him in stride, he actually gives the defender a chance to tackle him at the perimeter. But he does get his feet down for the first down, and that's a big pickup. Out to the perimeter again, and Matt Ryan connects with his guy. Only a pickup of 6 this time, but it does look like he got out of bounds. 33 seconds left. 2nd and 4 here, so it will be an interesting to see how they play this. They are obviously in field goal range, so like we talked about, they've got the opportunity to kick a field goal here, all 3 timeouts, but now they can take cracks at the end zone, so good opportunity here for Atlanta. Over the middle, he's got his man. Nice throw. Just picking apart this defense, and there's the first timeout. So far, very well played on this drive from Atlanta. Surveying the field. Going to the back corner of the end zone. Actually, it looks like, I guess he was trying to throw that out of bounds. Throw that one away. 21 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 14. Second crack at the end zone. Opportunity here. He's getting chest pressure. He's going to get sacked and a fumble. Nobody's on the ball. Get the ball. Dallas comes up with it. Wow. What a turn of events. Atlanta was very much threatening in that position, and just what a mistake. What a mistake from Atlanta. Both the fumble from Matt Ryan, you got to secure that ball if you feel the pressure. And then nobody, I don't know what they were doing, just standing around, balls on the turf, get the ball. And somebody kicks it, and Dallas able to come up with the fumble. That was, wow. Wow, that should never happen. So, 13 ticks left, and they're just going to hand off the ball. We're going to go into half, although Zeke is going to make something with this run because it's Zeke. And now 23 rushes, 116 yards just in the first half. He is very much the workhorse for that offense. Seen very little from the potent Dallas receivers in the first half, but Zeke is sure having a half as he is responsible for the vast majority of the yardage for the Cowboys. Only 23 yards of passing for these Cowboys, but man, has the rushing game been good. And again, we're going to have this halftime. I cannot skip it. It is going to show a bunch of blank slate games that mean absolutely nothing because we can't sim ahead what we don't know. So we will have to force win these at a later time. The only thing that is going to be accurate are the records that you see displayed there because all of the games are force winned. And again, we have the inexplicable Bears on Bears, Chicago Bears on Bears, 0-0 against 0-0, which I don't know why it does that. It does that every time. It's some unknown team with a Bears logo and with a 0-0 record, and they're always playing themselves. So I don't know why Madden does that. It's a weird glitch. Yes, I agree. Keith Baker can absolutely shut up a ton of critics if he shines yet again, and I think he's got a great opportunity to look like a lot like he did in the second half of last year, the whole rest of this season. I think he's very much I think he does that. I think that's very, very high probability. That's exactly what's going to happen here for the rest of the way out in this season. I think he's in his groove, doing his thing, and I think he's going to be great from here. I fully expect that of Baker. And so I expect him to shut up the critics. So good for him, and that's exactly what this team needs. And yes, absolutely wide open in the AFC. Very much so, George. It is wild, the parity, really across the league, but especially in the AFC. As I don't know that there are any. Oh wow, Zeke with a beautiful bounce cut to the outside and makes it upfield with what a rush, what a day he is having. I mean, that could be an entire day's work there. 25 carries for 130 yards, but the guy is still going. This is his first carry of the second half. He has an opportunity here to go over 200 yards easily. So let's see if he gets there. But yeah, wide open, a lot of parity. I don't know that there are any great teams in the NFL right now, but there are an awful lot of really, really good teams. And it seems like any given Sunday is absolutely the case here in the NFL, and that makes it exciting. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch the NFL right now when all these teams are so good. As Zeke just enforcing his will. He's just playing bully ball with these defenders. He's almost a game of pinball unto himself. Little human wrecking ball there, just throwing off defenders left and right, punishing running from this running back. Gets the ball again. Why not? First down. And this defense, they really need to find a way to stop this rushing attack, because if they don't stop it, why does Dallas even need to pass? I mean, they're just going to run the ball, and they don't. I mean, stacking the box, they can't even seem to stop them. So look at it. They've got 9 people in the box right there. They're going to hand it to Zeke, and what is Zeke going to do? Why, he's going to rush for another 9 yards as he just runs people over yet again. This is. I mean, you saw that right there. That was 9 folks stacked in the box, and they can't even get it done. Zeke is just having himself a whale of a game and just running over people. And if you're not going to stop the run, a big hole again. Zeke is going. Wow, 168 yards, man. We might be looking at a possibility for a 300-yard game if this continues. 12 minutes left in the third, and Zeke is absolutely crushing it here. 168 yards. That 200 prediction was way too low. Apparently, if he continues this kind of production, look out. He is going to be on an incredible pace for this game. First and 10 from the 26. Zeke gets the ball, as he has for the vast majority of this game. 30 rushes now in this game. And he's got to be getting tired. I mean, this is crazy. He has been here. Finally, they're going to pass. Dak Prescott to throw. He gets Schultz. Easy walk-in touchdown. And that's what happens, folks. When you run the ball that effectively, that often, you run, and just keep running. You don't even have to have a play fake. The defense isn't even expecting a pass, and all of a sudden your touchdown is an easy walk-in flag route. Look at that. There is nobody even in the picture practically with him in that route. He's just going to walk into the end zone like it was nothing. And Dak Prescott, how could he possibly miss that? I mean, he was stupidly open. Wow. Yeah, and that's Schultz's second. He is having himself a game too, and he's really the counterpoint to Zeke. Zeke has been rushing like a mad fool, and then Schultz is out there cleaning up the table scraps as the Falcons seem completely discombobulated on defense, where they can't even stop the run, and then they're so amped up on trying to stop the run they can't stop the pass, because the pass is just going to burn them when they're sitting there expecting to run the whole time. And this has a feeling like it's going to rapidly become a blowout. Obviously, a full up momentum bar in Dallas's favor right now. But if Atlanta can't do anything about that run game, this Dallas team is just going to suck the life out of this game. Wow, look at the defense responding to their offenses. They just swallowed that running back up. And I talked earlier about what a great game Davis was having for Atlanta. Matt Ryan's going to get sacked by Boogie Basham. He's got a sack and a half, and that's a big sack again. So really impressive defense now for this Dallas team, and they're kind of losing out on this momentum meter too, as their offense is doing so well with the run game, sucking all the life out of this team for Atlanta. And then Atlanta not really able to do much with their offensive touches here. Now 3rd and 23, and this is not the position you want to be in. They're effectively taking Davis out of this game, and he was the offenses. Wow. Now a safety. Matt Ryan give the ball back to Dallas as O comes up with a safety. And yikes. Yes, Keith, that game, I would say it was actually, I loved that game. I think all Browns fans did. But, Baltimore looked really out of sorts. I think they gave up 4 or 5 sacks. The O-line really struggled. They couldn't get the run game going. The pass games was full of drops and bad throws. And then the defense really, looked suspect at times. Obviously, they're missing some really key players, but they struggled and allowed a not good Dolphins team to come out and whoop them. So, and the Dolphins, to their credit, their defense is awesome, but their offense is very much struggling, especially with the quarterback stuff going on there, and the fact that they were able to get it done in spite of all that, as Dak is going to take off from the pocket, finding nothing downfield. Dak is going to pick up most of the yardage. Actually, I guess only crediting. Wow, that's 2 yards. That looks like a yard to me, sir. And what are they going to do? Why, let's hand it off to Zeke, because he'll pick that up and then some by a lot. And we were talking about the yards, like a 6.8 yards per carry early in this game for Davis. And quickly that has been turned around as Zeke Elliott clearly has the advantage on the yards per carry now, and is just racking up yards in this game. And really it comes down to the fact that they can't afford to hand the ball off to Davis anymore. And Zeke has been in the zone for 2.5 quarters now and is just running all over this defense. And yet again, quickly to the second level, breaking tackles, and what can I say? He's at 200 yards on 32 carries. And Zeke averaging 6.25 a touch, and that's a recipe for success. Obviously, we loved what Nick Chubb was doing at 10 yards a touch in that Bengals game. Sad not to have him, but we're sure that Dearness, with his capability and his incredible yards per touch that he had in his last outing, is certainly capable of getting the job done. Zeke going to get the ball again. Big surprise, he's going to pick up an easy first down. First and 10 now from the 18. 6.5 left in the third. And that little RPO draw play, or delayed handoff to Zeke, is successful again. I'm really surprised how easily Dallas is just exerting their will on this Atlanta defense. It almost feels like the Atlanta defense has given up in the run game, even though they're stacking the boxes still, and they just can't get it done. Yeah, I am interested about that, George. I've heard really good things about Hill. Obviously, I haven't seen him play. I don't know much about Williams either. But Hill has some pretty good numbers for his, for his brief stint in the NFL so far. As Zeke, breaking tackles, nearly had an opportunity to score a touchdown, but can't quite get there. 2nd and goal now from the 3. So that's what we were just talking about. Brian Hill is likely going to be called up from the practice squad to be the backup. And then they also signed a guy, I'm forgetting his first name, but Williams is his last name, like Darius Williams or something. But he is also on the practice squad, quite possible. He'll get called up is one option, or potentially they could go to doing some other interesting things, like there's some talk about maybe does Landry get put in that running back position for a few snaps here and there as an alternative. Who knows? What we do know is certainly one of those running backs are going to get called up because you got to have at least a second back. Probably more realistically, both of them are going to get called up. So, it'll be interesting to see how they actually play it. The Hill has had some experience at the NFL level and has some pretty good numbers. I don't know that much about Williams, though. I know both of them have been kind of bouncing around practice squads, though. Oh yeah, that's the other possibility, as George mentioned, is that Stanton actually did show in our preseason some capability to play that running back role, and very possible he'll get called up instead of Williams, and that then they'll have him in more of a running back role. And he had some success in the preseason, so he certainly is a dynamic weapon for this offense. And don't forget, he was a quarterback at one time too, so if they're playing him, look out, he potentially could be a gadget play type player for the Browns. Score 30-7 as Atlanta chooses to rush the ball, gaining no yardage there. Back to pass is Ryan. Downfield, finds a man, and able to get some yardage there. Matt Ryan, 15-26 for 177, not having his best game, but Gage Jr. has been having some good touches of the ball. And another one there. Saw him on a little flag route out to the outside, able to come up with a nice catch up the perimeter. Oh, boot action and yet another fumble, but recovered by Davis, who is going to carry the ball for a gain of 3. So, bring it up a 2nd and 7 here. Yeah, Keith, I have to agree. If we get Janovich and Stanton both in the backfield at the same time, I would love that as a previous fullback. I'd have to love that combo a little bit, just to make me feel a little warm and gooey on the inside. Just kind of have to love that a little bit. But I think that would be a lot of fun if we could see a little Janovich and Stanton action. I think that would be really quite enjoyable as the formation has changed there at the line by Matt Ryan. 1st and 10, quick throw. He's got Pitts, and now 16-27, and 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Matt Ryan. Back to pass. Back to Pitts, and Pitts had put together a nice game here. As you'd expect from the rookie, he's got 10 catches now, not quite 80 yards at 79. There's Davis again. Nice run for him. Wow, doing his best Zeke impression as he just shoulders over a guy, but not able to do much after that. Picks up a 9. Matty Ice under the center. Back to pass. He's got his man, but there's a flag down. I wonder if that's holding or is that going to be roughing the passer. If that's holding, that's going to wipe out a really nice play. But no, it is roughing the passer, so they're going to actually tack that on to the end of the run, half the distance to the goal, and that's against Osa O. So, 1st and goal now from the 4. Best opportunity of the night for the Falcons. Rush for 3 yards from Smith. Atlanta, 217 total yards. That's not going to get it done. They need more. That heavy set again in the I formation under center. And back to the fullback for the touchdown. Leaping is Smith. But unless they have a lot more like that and manage to somehow shut down this running attack from the Dallas Cowboys, that feels like a bit of garbage time touchdown action to me. But always love it when a fullback gets love, especially 2 plays in a row, and manages to score a touchdown. Of course, The metric says go for 2, so the Falcons will go for 2 here. Ooh, what a catch. Just able to bring that one down as Patterson. Nice catch and nice conversion on the 2 points. And makes it 15-30, narrowing the margin to 15 points here. And, there's still a 2-score game. But, like I said before, without actively stopping the rushing attack of Dallas, I don't feel like that's going to be very likely for Atlanta to be able to overcome. But, we'll see what they do on this drive. This drive will be pretty telling. If they can manage to stop the run here, maybe get Zeke out of the zone, then perhaps they will have a chance. But that seems unlikely as Zeke goes for yet another 10-yard carry, or nearly 10-yard carry at 2nd and inches coming up. And Zeke now creeping up at 240 yards, and he is but one broken tackle and long rush from a 300-yard game. Back to pass, which has been a bit of a rarity for Dak Prescott in this game. Only 16 attempts, 117 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He does complete there to Cooper, who has, I think that's his first catch of the game, which you don't expect from Cooper. But, when you're not having to pass the ball because you're so successful in the run game, then I get it. I don't know that he was in. Look, that left toe was out of bounds, and Atlanta's going to challenge this. I think they're going to win because it looked like the tip of his toe was just on that chalk line. Let's take another look here, and that's not going to be the best look. Let's see if we can see it here. Of course, it's just out of the zone, but there, you can see it at the end. It looked like the front of his right foot was just on the white, and I think Atlanta's going to win this challenge. I don't think Cooper had that, and that's going to, in fact, be the case. 3rd and inches. Atlanta wins the challenge, not charge the timeout, and Dak Prescott in the gun takes the snap. Why are you not running the ball? But he's going to hit Zeke anyway. Dak throws it way across his body behind him. And very dangerous, inadvisable throw, but hits the guy has been the vast majority of your offense all day. And I guess if it works, it works. But, you got to be careful with those. In the eye, and as they probably should be, handing the ball off to Zeke. 40 rushes now, 237 yards. Those are Derrick Henry-like numbers. But Zeke, he is out of the zone, and that's an important development here for Atlanta. As Dak has all day in the pocket to throw, and throws it oddly to the not open receiver. Cooper was wide open, but CeeDee Lamb comes down with the ball like it was nothing. I mean, it was wild. And, when you give Dak Prescott all day to throw, he's going to find his man, although I guess the defender flexed over from where I saw late in the play. It looked like Cooper was actually open, but he had to flex over from where Cooper was. So maybe it was a better read than I thought. But CeeDee Lamb makes a really nice play. Touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys, extending their lead now 37-15. And that feels like a dagger. Again, Atlanta not able to stop the run, and then when you go out there and you're still dangerous in the pass game because the Cowboys have those weapons, and Dak is certainly a talented quarterback, and he can hit them just like that. So you don't stop the run, and this is what happens. All right, Matt Ryan in the gun, bunch receivers to the left, throws to the left. He's got his man reaching for a first down, but I think he's going to be just short. 151 yards passing now for Atlanta, and that's an underwhelming performance. 2nd and inches, he was indeed short. 13 minutes left in the game. Matt Ryan back to pass, setting up a screen, but just throws it past everybody. Really not very good execution there on the screen game. 3rd and inches. Dino would be disappointed. Back to pass, Matt Ryan. Throws it downfield. He's got a man. That's Pitts out on the sideline. And Pitts, of course, going to come down with that one. Give him that opportunity. He is now right at 100 yards on his 11 catches. And he has been a big, big part of this offense. All right. Peace, brother. We'll see you later, Keith. Appreciate you being on. And you have a good night yourself. Back in the gun. Matt Ryan takes snap. He's got all day, too. Pitts. I mean, you give him the opportunity to find that man come open in the zone, and he'll hit him every time. 2nd and 1. 12 minutes left in the game. Big, big deficit for Atlanta to try to overcome. And a bit of a duck pass, but the receiver really bails out Matt Ryan there as he just kind of threw up an ugly, ugly throw. But the fact that Sharp came back to the ball, his 4th reception, but the fact that he came back to the ball was actually absolutely paramount, as Parsons was right there in Matt Ryan's face and causes an ugly throw. But you know, the fact that the receiver came back to it made all the difference and able to complete it anyway. Under center. Hand off to Davis. He thought he saw a hole to the left, but it closed really quickly. Nice defense as the hole is filled by Keanu Neal. 1 yard gain. Actually, they're going to credit Watkins with the tackle. And yet another sack on Matt Ryan. And that'll bring up 3rd and 15. You see him just... And that's... Big man O again. Osa O has been just so good in this game. Just making Atlanta's line miserable. The center of that line just absolutely miserable. He has been in that backfield all day. Wisely, they elect to double team him, but that frees up Parsons out on the outside, and Parsons harass Ryan instead. And then, again, forces the throwaway. 4th and 15. All or nothing here. Oh, what a throw. Goes up for the touchdown. Touchdown, Ridley. That was nice. Or actually, no, that's Zacharias. Sure. I thought I saw 18-17. Not a name I recognize. But nice touchdown nonetheless. And again, 2-point conversion for Atlanta here. Trying to make it. Wow, that was very easily done. Can't make it that easy to get a 2-point conversion. Now 37-23. 10.5 left. I mean, still got a lot to overcome here, as it's still a 2-score game, down 14 points. But again, you got to do something on defense, and that's going to be starting with shutting down Zeke Elliott. The only thing that is really going in your favor at this point is the fact that you've managed to get him out of the zone. Maybe you can build off of that. You shut him down, maybe force 3 and out here for once, and maybe then with a forced punt, maybe then you can get something going in this game again. But there is still time to work with. But it's going to all start with shutting down the run game, and that means finding a way to stop Zeke. As for some reason, Dallas is electing to throw the ball when they should be running the ball. But what do I know? 2nd and 4 from the 30. 9:45 left in the game. Dak back to pass. He finds Zeke. And brings up a 3rd and 1. Little power eye look here. Handoff to Zeke. That's the handoff I was expecting. Zeke doesn't get a lot there. 41 for 239 now, but he does pick up the first down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Not sure why it showed Schultz's reception stats there when Schultz wasn't even... It wasn't even a reception by Schultz on that play, but sure. There's that same play that's been so effective for Dallas, although that time Atlanta, kind of saw it coming. That little RPO fake look, fake the pass, handed off on a delay to Zeke, but Atlanta, only allowing 1 yard on it this time after it had burned them for about 12 to 15 earlier in the game, the previous times it was run. Another delayed handoff to Zeke, as he's going to take a big hit. He's going to gain 4 yards, brings up 3rd and 5. 7.5 left in the game. Back to pass, throws it deep. And he's got a man out on the sideline. I think Wilson had that. Yes, he did. Comes down, feet and bounce. 1st and 10. Big shot for Dallas. And they're not even using their primary weapon. CeeDee Lamb has only got the 1 touch for a touchdown. You got Cooper's 1 catch I think he had in this game was ruled not a catch after the successful challenge from Atlanta. And leaning on guys like Schultz and Wilson, which is interesting. So in the eye is Zeke. Zeke gets the delayed handoff and not a lot doing there. So interesting change of kind of the dynamics of this game, as Dallas is now successfully passing the ball but not very successfully running the ball. So they managed to stop the run somehow. Maybe Zeke got tired, but then not able to stop the pass. So the net result is probably going to be the same as his 2nd and 11 here. Zeke actually lost a yard on that play. And there it is. There's Cooper, as he is going to get involved in this game. Actually, I guess he did have 1 other reception. That's his 3rd reception now of the game. So he's been a little bit more involved than I had previously stated. But still, that's not a lot for him, especially since he's effectively your number 1 guy. And he hasn't seen a lot of action in this one, but picks up a big first down there. First and 10 from the 11. Dak takes the shotgun snap, and Zeke is just going to run kind of through all that formation. It wasn't really a cutback. It was just like it's almost like a veer, like an old school veer. It was interesting. Third and 8 now from the 8. So, although it doesn't show 3rd and goal, I don't know that they can really pick up a first down here. So I'm not sure why it's not showing a 3rd and goal and showing a 3rd and 8 instead, even though it's from the 8. That's interesting. Maybe they can have inches to goal. I guess there is a gap there. So kind of the split the hair between still can pick up a first down. And all kinds of time for Dak, and I don't know why he didn't just run with that. He had grass in front of him. The defender was coming up, but he had an opportunity to either make him miss or beat him to the outside, and elects not to. And instead, they're just going to kick the field goal. So that will make it a 17-point game. So the fact that it's 3 scores here, probably with the time left, especially the time burned on that drive, exactly what Dallas had wanted to do. That's probably all she wrote in this one, and not much Atlanta can do about it, because that 17 points is a lot to overcome with under 5 minutes to go in this one. There's Matty Ice's stats, 23 of 36, over 200 yards. Not his best outing. Sure, he's going to want some of this back. As he throws one a little bit errantly out past the sideline. I don't think he was trying to throw that away. He did have a receiver in the area, but too high. And we're going to bring up a 2nd and 10. From his own 17 in the gun. Back to pass. Crook checks it deep. Why not? Except for it's covered, so that's why not. And nothing doing. Bring it up to 3rd and 10. And that is just not going to get it done. Only picking up 4 there brings up a 4th and 6. But then again, you know, I think this game is well and over. So I think it's time to, you know, lick the old wounds. They are going to pick up this 4th down, though. A nice truck stick as he is just going to rumble all the way to the end zone. A lot of firework late, but that's going to be too little, too late, I'm afraid. It did happen quickly, though, which is exactly what Atlanta needed to happen. If they force some kind of turnover or something crazy here, yeah, maybe they could still get into this game. 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Not a lot of time burned on that drive, which is exactly what they had to have. Didn't expect to see it, but now a 10-point game. And maybe there is a little bit life left to it. I potentially spoke too soon, but we'll see what happens here. It's really still, you haven't stopped Dallas all day, and you have to. So you wonder if Dallas will continue to throw. If Dallas does continue to throw, is Atlanta able to find a way to get a pick or some kind of turnover? And if they're able to do that, maybe then they've got a chance. Because if they can make a 3-point game, you know, all bets are off. But a 4-minute drive is exactly what Dallas is looking for here, especially if they can get points out of it, because that will absolutely put this one away. That's going to start with getting first downs. And that's exactly what he's going to do, is he hits Cooper at a big first down there out on the outside. Nobody on Cooper at all. That's the number 1 receiver, fellas. You got to cover him. Can't afford blown coverages like that. Browns can testify to that, as leaving number 1 receivers alone in space is a recipe for absolute disaster. And does not bode well for success of your team. 1st and 10. With the snap. He's hit the slant route. That's Cooper again. And Cooper coming up in a big way here. And Dallas throwing still. Again, you got to lead 10 points. You got to protect that lead. You got Zeke. I mean, he's got to be rested by now. So why aren't you running him to burn this clock? They're throwing it, taking risk with the ball. And, you know, one bad errant throw, maybe a pressure that affects the throw. And this could be a very different ball game, especially if it's a pick 6. Now, under center, they're in shoot clock mode, so now they will hand it off, finally, to Zeke. They should have been doing that all along. Zeke at 250 yards, 2 touchdowns on 46 attempts. That's a massive game. Back under center in the shoot clock. Try to take as much off the clock as they can here. Hand the ball off to Zeke as expected. And he's going to get a few more yards here. Brings up a 3rd and 6. Now, in an obvious passing situation, as they elect to take all the running backs out, and they're going to pressure Dak. And Dak just barely able to get that one away before it became absolutely catastrophic. That would have been a huge recipe for disaster. Bring it up a 4th and 6, and I think they're going. Well, they might try a long field goal, but you got to be careful with this. If you don't, this is risky here. This is a 55-yarder. If he misses this 55-yarder, look out, because that's great field position for Atlanta and makes it a potential for a 3-point ball game. And I'm not sure if he made that or not. It didn't give me the graphic. He did not. So a missed field goal there. And now, minute 52, you know, this ain't over. This is not over, especially if Atlanta can strike again quickly. They're going to have to be very careful with their clock management here, because they still are 2 scores down by 10. But here's a long throw from Matty Ice. He's got his man, and that's going to do it. He's got a great catch all the way down to the 1. They got to score quickly still here, coming up on a minute. But, man, suddenly this is a different game. And if they get an onside kick after a touchdown, oh, my goodness. Kyle Pitts dropping the obvious touchdown. He was so wide open. You can't do that. rookie mistake to drop the easy touchdown. At least it stops the clock, but he's going to make up for it there and gets the touchdown. And now Atlanta's got a ball game. They're going to have to convert an onside and get within field goal range to make this happen. 56 ticks left of the game, but suddenly it's a bit of an exciting game, which you didn't expect to have happen. If they can get this onside and kick a field goal in time to tie it up, we could have overtime on our hands. Yeah, ironically, Phil, it wasn't at all. Atlanta has made it a game, but for the first 3 quarters or so, Dallas was just ramming it down Atlanta's throat with the run game. Zeke has 250 yards rushing in this game on 46 carries and 2 touchdowns, and it's been, and they went away from it for some reason I don't understand. It's not that Atlanta was ever able to stop the run game, but they did get them out of the zone, which was a big piece. And then onside kick not successful. So Dallas is going to win this one. The final score here is going to be 40-37 unless they do the Madden weirdness of kicking a late field goal for no reason, although I don't think they're in range of it. But 55 seconds. They do have all 3 timeouts, which Madden will probably use, and I don't know why they like to do that, but they do. But, yes, 250 yards. It looked like he probably should have had 300 yards in this game. He was on pace for it, and they just went away from it. I didn't understand it. They suddenly went all pass mode. They were in all run mode for the whole start of the game. It was run with a few passes sprinkled in, and then all of a sudden they switched it completely around, and it was all passes with hardly any runs. And it made no sense because, they were stacking the box with 9 guys, Atlanta, and Zeke was consistently running for 10 yards every carry with 9 men stacked in the box. He looked like Nick Chubb. It was incredible.
Dang. Sounds like a good one.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Actually, it looked like it wasn't going to be a good one. It looked like it was going to be a blowout, but Atlanta made it a game late. So weird choices from Dallas, but fun game nonetheless.
Wow, did that say they ran 52 passes and 38 runs? 90 plays?
Yeah, there was a ton of offense. I don't think it was that. I don't think that stat couldn't have been right, but there was a lot of plays. So at least you're here. You can run through the stats because I wasn't able to do that last time. There we go.
Well, I went through them, but I obviously couldn't hear how fast you went through them.
Oh no! I'd already stopped the stream by the time that happened.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. I just closed it because you weren't there.
Through them.
I didn't know.
All right. I appreciate you.
Yeah. All right, so Dak Prescott.
28, so it's 28, not 38.
What's that? 28 attempts for Dak Prescott. So, yeah, 22 of 28.
Still 80 plays.
Yeah, that was a lot. 262 yards, 78% completion, 3 touchdowns for Dak. He was great. I mean, that only happened really in the second half because he was very quiet in the first half. Matt Ryan, on the other hand, 28 of 44, 423. A lot of that was late as well. 63% completion and 4 touchdowns and an interception.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, this was a wild game. It was absolutely wild. I don't think we've ever seen a game like this. It was insane. But anyway, so yeah, we have Mike Davis really got off to a great start. 13 attempts. They had to go away from him because they were down so much. But 68 yards on the day, 5.2 average. In the first half, he was up at like a 6.8 average because he was crushing it early. But there's Zeke Elliott, 49 attempts, 256, 5.2 average, 2 touchdowns, 18 broken tackles, and 100 yards after contact. Tell me that's not a monstrous stat line. It was insane.
His long was only 16.
Yep. It was incredible.
Bonkers.
It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then Pollard only had the one touch, but it was a critical first down. So Cooper got involved really late. They really didn't. He hardly touched the ball at all early, and then finally did get involved. 58 yards on 5 catches. Wilson and Schultz were much more of the offense. They 5 and 4 each, 2 touchdowns there for Schultz, and then of course the one for CeeDee Lamb on that nice reception to him that he went up deep for the touchdown. Kyle Pitts, the monstrous receiver, 13 receptions on a whole bunch of targets, 110 yards for him, 8.4 average, 2 touchdowns, and touchdown for Zacchaeus. I didn't even know that name, but he got a touchdown, and then Hurst.
Zacchaeus.
Yeah. So.
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Yeah. Not a name I recognized. I didn't know who he was. And I thought at first it was Ridley, but it was 17, not 18. So I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Ridley's out. Ridley is out.
Yes, sure enough. So, all right. So on the defensive side, we got 15 tackles for Harmon, Alucon 15, Moreau 12. So a bunch of tackles on there. We had looks like 2 sacks for Davison, and so not a lot of action there on the D line for the Falcons. A lot more for Dallas, and then no turnovers. But on Dallas side, we certainly had a lot more action on the defensive side. They had a pretty good game. 12 tackles for Leighton Vander Esch, or 12 tackles. I said 2. I meant 12. And then so he was kind of all over the field for them. And then sacks. Look at those all over the place. Osa O was having a huge game for TFL's 2.5 sacks. Yeah, and then Boogie Basham was up all over the place too. 3 TFLs for him, 2 sacks as well, and then 1 sack for Wilson, half sack for Watkins, and 1/2 sack for Parsons. So yeah, very good game for this defense.
There he is, Trevon Diggs.
Yeah, Trevon Diggs did have his pick, and it was a beauty. He stepped right in front of the route and got another one for this one. So nicely done hit on this game from Trevon, although he was burned deep later in the game. So he did get burned on one particular route by, I think it was Patterson that burned him. So
bonkers.
What a game.
Bonkers.
What a game. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did, and but Phil, you should definitely go back and watch it. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I will.
But we certainly enjoyed bringing this to you. As always, we'd appreciate your subscription, and we've got a link to our Discord. If you want to join us on there, you can vote for these games of the week. They are the link to that is in the description of this or any other video on our channel. And we'd love to have you there. You can chat anything NFL and Browns all day, every day. And for today, we'll say go Dallas in a thrilling finish. But as always, go